Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dreamers of all ages, welcome to the Disney Countdown Show.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Disney Countdown Show. Good morning. Hello, my name is Megan, the Magical Millennial, and joining me today is my so wonderful and lovely co-host, the Dapper Danielle. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Sorry for the stank face I just made. If you're watching over on YouTube or you're watching on Spotify right now, my refrigerator just made like an awful groaning ghost noise, and I'm wondering if Kevin's moving around. So I'm like, you good?
Kevin is
active. Are we going to have this in the middle of the episode? It's so early in the morning right now. We don't need this.
Kevin's just wanting to show his face, I guess, show his voice and let you know that he's alive and well still this morning.
I'll talk about him a little bit later, but yes, he's been an interesting fella right now. Let's just say that it's been a time, but it's been good. How are you, babe?
I'm good. I am, doing my best and trying to keep myself together. As this episode airs, I'm actually going to be married, but currently I am not. I am still trying to get ready for the wedding. So,
it's the last week. You're doing a run here. By the time this episode airs, you've already done the run. And
yeah.
Everybody's getting email updates though, saying that, are they canceling it because of the heat warning, or is it they just saying, hey, like maybe we're going to have to change some stuff?
No, they're not canceling it, because it is at 5 a.m. The heat, at least for the 10K, shouldn't be too much of an issue. For the half marathon, that might get a little bit dicier because obviously it goes on longer, but they just issued a warning, tips on how to, survive it, stay hydrated, all this stuff. So, it's also, it will get pretty hot this weekend, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. So, yeah, it's just, be prepared. Go drink your water, get your electrolytes.
It's going to be a little hotter than what you're used to.
Yeah.
So again, water is your friend.
Yes, indeed. I actually don't think, I'm trying to remember if before this year, like back in 2017 and all that, when they had the races back then, I don't know if they probably experienced heat waves as well, because there was always one in September. So yeah, we'll have updates about the race very, very soon here. Yes, I am running the 10K and the half marathon, and I don't really know how to feel about it before my wedding next weekend. But I'll keep y'all posted in the next episode how it all goes. But this week, right now, we are going to be covering our top 10 best covers of Disney songs. This is going to be a fun countdown. Fun meaning you're going to learn a lot about Megan the Magical Millennial and how far back she goes in terms of like the old school cover, not old school covers, but like the millennial covers,
Okay. I'm so glad you brought this up, Megan, because as I'm going through my list and I'm like, okay, this is really speaking to like early 2010 Danielle vibe. And
me too.
Some of you might love this. Some of you might think it's really cringy, or you're also going to be questioning, what the heck is Danielle's music taste? And I feel like I'm going to have to be doing a lot of explaining here come the end of this episode. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Because we have lived through like actual albums, right? That's back in the day. Okay. And
Back
YouTube. The crossover of YouTube with the albums has brought a lot of variety of Disney covers. Okay.
Yes.
So what I think, because we're moving away from the YouTube in terms of me, that's just my, experience with it, and more towards like Disney mania. But of course we'll get into it. But yeah, it'll be an interesting mix here. So, yeah, you'll definitely see our millennial side, everybody.
Yeah, you will. So sit down, buckle up, and get ready to ride the nostalgia train for some of these. I'm just going to say that.
Hope you enjoy. But of course, speaking of YouTube, we are on YouTube. We actually post our full episodes on youtube.com/countdown network if you want to see our faces while we talk on this podcast. And we do have our social media pages too. We're a Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. So if you haven't already, would be sure to give us a follow. We post some fun videos. Our wonderful producers and editors make really, really fun videos for us. And then we are also Pod Disney on Twitter/the X. And of course, I am the Magical Millennial _ and she is the Dapper Danielle on all the socials as well. And we pretty much post there every day. So thank you all for following us. We do appreciate that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And now also, a lot of you have been sending in your reviews. So there's a couple of different ways to rate and review us. Over on Apple, you can write out your stars, write out your reviews. You can now do the same over on Spotify, which we're still learning and adjusting with.
Yeah.
And then if you're maybe listening on a platform where you're like, okay, it's not letting me like write a review, I'm going to send them one. We also accept messages through Instagram. And again, that's going to be through the Disney Countdown Show Instagram, not our personal ones, because you'll get lost into the abyss of our personal messages and our requests that we get on the daily. So make sure to send them over to the show where our producers can see them. And we have actually a couple that we need to go through, Megan. All right. And this first one is from Ashley over on Instagram. And she says, hello, ladies. I followed you both on TikTok for a while now. I discovered your podcast and I love it so much. The podcast helped me get through my medical leave when I found out I had pain from arthritis in my left knee. Oh my goodness, that sounds so uncomfortable. I'm so sorry.
Dang, yeah.
I was able to listen to all the episodes from the start of season 2 all the way until the newer episodes. The podcast gives me a little bit of Disney every week since I don't live near the parks. I have a trip planned for Disney World the 3rd week of September, and I hope I can run into Danielle while I'm there. Love you both so much. Thank you, Ashley. Yes, I will be around the parks that week. Like, you never know where I'll appear. I'll just like appear like a ghosty now that we're in Halloween time.
3rd week of September. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Hope you have a great trip. And yes, hope you can say hello to Danielle as well. All right. This next one is from, I believe it's a Sabi Baby. I think that was supposed to be a rhyme.
Oh, I love that.
Or sorry if it's Sabby Baby, because I know that's Sabs is also a nickname. So, okay. But she said, hello. For some reason, I cannot rate the show on Spotify. However, I love the podcast and listen to it every week when driving back and forth to work. I am a Disney nerd whose favorite character is Stitch. You guys are so fun to listen to, and I found you by following Danielle on TikTok. Also, I'm so sad because I was in the park with Danielle on the first day of the Festival of the Arts, but I missed her and didn't get to say hi. That dress was amazing, by the way. Thank you for all you do to keep making content for us to go broke, to go to Disney more than once every so many years. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. So first day Festival of the Arts.
A couple things in that. Number one, yes, the Spotify, like some people have said that they can't write the reviews yet. And I think it's kind of like Instagram, where Instagram is rolling out like certain features like in stories and all this other stuff. And it's not available for everyone yet. I think the same thing is happening with Spotify. So it could be available. Your app might just need to be updated. Who knows what it is? It's just going to pick and choose when it wants to happen. So that's why we have the way to message us on Instagram. Second thing, yes, if there is a festival going on in Epcot and I miss you and we're just ships passing in the night, it's because I don't go the same direction as everybody else. And so once I go one way, usually there's a chance you will never run into me. In any other park, you probably will, just not in Epcot. It's the black hole park, if that makes sense.
I can see that. Yeah. It's a large park. I get it.
Yes.
Well, yay. And then we do have one more here. This one is from Chris on Instagram. And Chris says, hi there. I live in Northern Ireland. Oh my gosh. It's read my name out on your last podcast. And because you live in the States, you can't see reviews posted here. So here's one I did for you. Keep up the great work, ladies, and really enjoy listening. All right. So here is the review. Chris says, what an amazing show to listen to. Megan and Danielle make for superb podcast hosts. The chemistry between these two is terrific, and the time flies listening to them. Always look forward to the next episode and keep up the good work. Hi, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris, I had the wonderful opportunity to converse with Chris over Zoom. And I just want to say, Chris, you are absolutely lovely. We are so, so grateful that you are here listening to the podcast. Hello to my fellow peeps in Northern Ireland. I'm Irish. I hope to make it over there at some point and explore the motherland. But it's so amazing that you're listening from over there. Thank you so, so much. Thank you for your support. And Chris is absolutely wonderful. So Thank you, Chris.
Now, what Chris mentioned is that if you are writing us internationally, especially over on Apple, for some reason, it's not letting us American people see y'all's reviews. So we had to actually download a third-party app to let us view them. And we are just now, we didn't know this was a thing until like test and adjust period and like trial and error. And we're getting it figured out. So if you are one of our international friends that are listening and you wrote us a review, please message us over on Instagram so we can go back and see your message, possibly read it out over here also. We would love to acknowledge our international fam, and we are so happy that you're here.
Yes. Thank you. Technology can be so fun sometimes. So I'm really glad we were able to pull up the review.
Yeah, let us talk to the people. You put us out everywhere. We're hurt. How many countries are we listened to now? Did we say like 90 now?
It's high. It's up there. Yes, I think
up
almost
there.
to
It's
triple
a high
digits.
number.
Yes.
So if you're telling us that we're heard all over the place, why aren't you letting us see where we're written about all over the place? That's a rant for another time. That's all I'm going to say.
Agreed.
Now, we don't have any new Patreon family members this week because we're filming this during the week right after the other one. We're going to be off during the week of Megan's wedding and during my family reunion, which we'll talk about a little bit more. So we don't have anybody new since the last episode, but we do want to go ahead and acknowledge our Patreon family who have been fantastic and so loving over on like the Facebook page, the Discord. Over on Facebook, our producer Danny acknowledges everybody that joins the page and does a little shout out to everybody. And I think that's so cool. So I'll go back in because I'm so bad about checking Facebook, and I'll make sure I go through and I'll just like do a ton of hearts, and then I'll get the error message from Facebook saying you've liked too many posts in a too short of a time. And I'm like, let me do my thing. And it's great to be over there. I went over there and I was just like, I appreciate the family over here. I appreciate that everybody's here. So I just posted a castle gif with the fireworks saying, hope you all have a fabulous day. I just left it at that because I didn't know what else to say. It was just my pure gratitude at that point. And that was really awesome.
No, that's super nice. That's awesome. And yes, we are extremely grateful for our Patreons, for everyone that's here in this community. It's been so fun to have everybody, obviously be here, to be able to talk to people like during our virtual hangs and in the Discord. It is really, really cool. And it's definitely like a safe space for us Disney fans, and we have fun. And every single month we do some special things for our Patrons. Of course, we do have the virtual hangs. We got giveaways. And of course, we also have our live audience. So we have those that are listening to us and watching us right now. So you get to see all the behind the scenes on, of course, some of our blunders, some of our technical difficulties that we have. So thank y'all for being patient with us as we, navigate those in here. But and you get to chime in and also help give us answers to like questions in the games that we don't know. So
that's because like sometimes they're thinking about it. Is there a chance to, whenever we do the games usually, because a lot of y'all, whenever we do some of them with Chris, y'all are screaming at us virtually through, not in the chat, but you guys are listening to this episode
car,
and you're screaming at us like, how could you get that wrong? Well, the Patreon family,
don't you know this?
they get to yell at us in live time, and they've saved our butts a couple of times with some of Chris's games. So we appreciate that.
That's very true. Very true. Yes. Thank you. And, so it's a lot of fun over there. So if you're interested in joining the Patreon, if you want to learn more about it, we do have the link in our episode notes. You can also become a paid subscriber and listen to the bonus episodes. So Patreons and paid subscribers get access to those bonus episodes. It's just a lot of fun. So thank y'all for being here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of people that are being here, I already mentioned Kevin. I'm just going to go ahead and get the Kevin update out of the way.
Yeah. How's Kevin doing over there?
Kevin, if you are just now tuning in and you've never listened to the episodes before, you need to go back to the beginning of the season where Danielle moved apartments and she now has what she calls an apartment ghost. And he goes by the name of Kevin, or at least that's what he responds to. He lives in Danielle's washing machine, which is fun. And he then moves and he goes and attacks other machines, usually attached to water, which has been interesting. And so now recently, he's been making a lot of noise in the refrigerator. And ungodly noises. So even my parents were over, and this was making me nervous because Twin Sauce are going to be coming and crashing on my couch here in like 2 weeks. And they're going to be staying in my living room right next to the refrigerator. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to be that host. I'm going to have to explain Kevin.
Yeah.
And like, just be like, okay, Luke and Paul, I'm just letting you know, you're going to have a great time. But if you wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and you hear like something is snarling at you, it's my refrigerator. His name is Kevin. And you're like, I don't know how they're going to respond to that. What are they going to say?
Oh, they're going to love it. I think they're going to have a great time with it. Luke and Paul are just fantastic humans. They are so much fun. And I think they'll have a good time getting to know Kevin.
It'll be a time, I'll tell you what. So we'll figure it out. But also, I jumped over to a podcast and I I made a guest appearance over on that other podcast, and Kevin was making a lot of noise also during the beginning of that, and so then I had to explain on this totally other random podcast the very beginning of being like, hello, I'm sorry I'm late. It's because of my ghost. I had my neighbors. They didn't move out. The neighbor's girlfriend actually moved in. And I don't think he liked the neighbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because every time she would walk through the door downstairs, because the way that the apartment's laid out, it's weird. It's right underneath my apartment. Mm-hmm. And whenever she would walk out to get something, he would bing in the laundry room.
Really?
And I'm just like, dude, she doesn't even live here. She's in a totally different spot. Like, don't pay her no mind. And I don't know. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe he just doesn't like women. I think that's what it is. And since I'm the only one living here and I just put up with his antics, maybe we're kind of getting on an okay base. But yeah, I don't know. We're going to see how this goes.
Kevin sounds like a cranky old 1800s misogynist. But I mean,
right.
Yeah. We're gonna have to teach him some things about the new, the new millennia, the 2000s, and how things work here.
I'm gonna take my phone. I'm gonna be like, so Kevin, here's the I'm speaking to a washing machine. So picture this: Deborah Danielle speaking to a washing machine. She shows her phone to the washing machine. So this is what Brat Summer is. This is Chapel Roan. Do you know Chapel Roan? I'm going to teach you the whole choreography to Hot to Go. Let's go. It's going to be, oh my gosh, maybe I should record this.
You really should. Just standing in front of your washing machine doing
H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Yeah, no.
I can picture it now. That's hilarious. Oh man. Oh, Kevin. Kevin's so salty.
He is salty. But yes, I thought we might as well just go ahead and get out of the way, give y'all a Kevin update because y'all been asking for it. He's still here. He's still hanging out, just doing his thing.
Good old Kevin. Oh man. And Jenna, you also have a huge family reunion coming up in the next couple days as well.
Yes. So, and we already kind of mentioned it in the last episode. And so while Megan's off, and why I'm not going to Megan's wedding is because I will be at a family reunion with a ton of extended family, and it's going to be a lot. And the messages have already been interesting.
Have they?
In the family group message, because there's always that one auntie that wants to do more than is absolutely necessary, and is always likes to be extra. She herself is not an extra person, though. She is very simple, plain Jane, but she wants to make everything an over-the-top party, wants to make everything super memorable. And so all those text messages are happening now beforehand, and I'm just like, okay, I'm the only one that lives here locally in Florida. Does that mean I'm being voluntold to go pick up these things before are you going to pay me back? Are you going to Venmo me? And then I have to go get the things. I don't want to have to go get the things. I don't like dealing with Party City to begin with, but you want me to go pick up balloons? What balloons? What colors? And I know that they're going to be the wrong color balloons. So, so that's what I'm dealing with right now, but it'll be fine. It'll be, like I said, it'll be a good time. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. All's good. Things. Yes, it'll be great. I can't wait to hear all about it. And I hope you not only survive, but make it through, and you have some good memories from it.
That's who I can't talk about Kevin with, is my extended family. I can't be like, oh yeah, Kevin's the weird ghost man that lives in my apartment. My aunts can look at me like I am crazy.
They're not going to get it.
They're not going to get it.
Maybe you should introduce them. You bring them to your apartment and be like, and this
Hello,
is Kevin. Point to your, like,
grouchy
washing
old
machine.
aunties. Here's my grouchy old ghost neighbor. His name's Kevin.
That you should record.
We'll see. Well, actually, no. If they end up coming over here, that is possible. You never know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But
Anyway,
at the same time,
but-
I'll be getting
what
married.
about you, Megan?
It's so crazy thinking that when this episode airs, I'll be married. That's like, it's wild. Like, whoa. But yes, I will be, now freshly 2 days married when this airs. But it's beforehand, and I am feeling, we have a few more things that needs to get done. And I'm just like, okay, it's all going to come together. It's going to be fine. But it's the anticipation of it, because I am a people pleaser. I want everything to go well. I want people to have a good time. And it's the anticipation of all of that, like the people pleaser in me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it's a day for me and for Evan, my fiance,
But you still want it to be a fabulous
but
event.
I want it
You
to be a
memorable.
good, exactly. Yes. So that is probably the toughest, like, emotion to deal with right now, is like the anxiety around that. So, the little orange girl in there is like, she's, her wheels are turning, and she has
Picture
a lot of control.
anxiety
A lot
wearing-
of control over the console right now.
Oh, right, exactly. So picture the anxiety emotion, right? Megan's hair, though. Well, so we got anxiety with the longer blonde hair, and then she's still panicking when she's wearing the bride to be sash from the bridal party, and is like holding a little champagne flute as she's running around doing things. That's how I picture your bridal anxiety right now.
Pretty much. That's an accurate representation. Yes. But you know what? Again, it's going to be great, and you guys are going to see a lot of it. Yes, we are getting content from it. We can't post while we're there. That will not be happening because there's zero service at this venue, but you'll be seeing a lot of stuff go up on the socials, which will be hopefully very nice. So yay. But
I think it'll be good. I think you'll
be
have
fine.
some really good people there. I'm excited. If worse comes to worse and you're just like, I don't know what to do, we know Cole and Kaylee are going to be there.
that's true. Yeah.
I've called them up and been like, guys, I need help now. And they've been the couple to come run to my rescue a couple times. So you got them if you need to run and do something, or you need help with something. You're like, I don't trust anybody else. I need someone to go do this.
That's actually very true. That's true. They are the great people, and they will come to my aid if I need anything. That's very accurate.
Kaylee being the mom of the group and just being like, what do you
She
need?
is the mom. Shout out to Kaylee. Yeah, it's gonna be totally fine. But yeah, we're getting there, y'all. I'll be a married woman by the time you hear my voice on this episode.
Now, something we haven't gotten a chance to talk about is we've mentioned it a little bit about Halloween time, and now Halloween is completely up and going over in Disneyland, and
Yes.
Halloween has been going a little bit over here in Disney World. And we were with our producer Danny. We were also doing stuff for Disney content, and one of the big topics of conversation though was the difference in the decor, because y'all had never seen the Main Street pumpkins before.
I had never seen the pumpkins, and I'd never seen the iconic wreaths on the light posts or lamp posts. Yeah.
That's true. See, I did not realize, because I think everybody's so focused on Blinky, the really big pumpkin over there in
he's
Disneyland,
our icon. Yes.
that I never realized you guys didn't have the Mickey wreath pumpkins. I didn't realize how big of a deal that was for the Disney Worlders only.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's so big, in fact, that they made it actual merch this year. You could actually, you could buy it. I think they're sold out. But yeah, that was my first time seeing them in Magic Kingdom, and I had no idea about the pumpkin people. Or the citizens of Main Street. I had no idea that they were pumpkins. That was completely a surprise. I don't know why I never noticed them in videos, or no one really posts pictures of those guys. Maybe because they're just there year after year. But I thought that was so cute. They have actual figures and statues of these citizens of Main Street in their pumpkin form. Like there's
They
a
look like
baseball
pumpkin
one,
scarecrows almost.
yeah, for sure. So that was kind of cool to see. And yeah, I guess we haven't really talked about it too much because we were running around like crazy trying to get content. But seeing Magic Kingdom all decorated for Halloween was really, really cool. I've been wanting to do that for a while. And yeah, we have stuff on our lamppost, but it's not the wreaths. Do you know what I mean? It's like it says Halloween time, and it's not the same. So
now, did you notice
those were cool.
that when you walk towards Liberty Square, we do still have pumpkin wreaths. They're just no longer shaped like Mickey.
Wait, I didn't notice that. Oh my God. These are things that I don't pay attention to.
When you go towards like Sleepy Hollow and you're walking past like Hall of Presidents, that Liberty Square section right there, those lampposts also have like a wreath garland effect, but they're more like natural looking, and it becomes a normal like squash pumpkin. And they're different colors. They have a little more texture to them. It's like more true fall aesthetic, like if you're going on a hayride kind of vibe, than it is magical Mickey pumpkins.
Because you are not like on, in front of the castle anymore. You're going towards like a historical portion of the park.
Exactly.
Oh, details, everyone. Disney's all about them.
And we have more like weird characteristics, like carvings in our pumpkins on the tops, like on the roofs and railings of Main Street, like the buildings. I feel like we have a little more than you do when it comes to that. I think
you have a little more. We've been trying to catch up, I will say. I have noticed that there are some pumpkins that have a little more specific details about them depending on where they're placed on Main Street, but you guys win on that one for sure. Yes.
But I see, which is so interesting because you would think that the bigger icons would be over in Disney World, but we have the smaller ones where you guys have the giant figurehead pumpkins on top of your entrance to Disneyland.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have the characters. Yeah. It's I think because we got a giant Oogie Boogie on the other side, we had to put really cute character pumpkins up on the Disneyland side. And those are iconic as well. I think I prefer those over any of our holiday decor at the gate.
Really?
Yeah, the pumpkins are the best. Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are cute. I mean, they're iconic enough that Kohl's ended up making a version of them this year and is selling them there. Have I seen them in person? Absolutely not, because we live in the tourist capital of the world, and we're not going to have anything Disney related in our stores here locally to Disney because they're going to be gone. Right. So if you're living out in the middle of the Midwest somewhere and you still have a Kohl's in your location, go and look for those pumpkins. They could possibly still be there.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Really? Well, that's because none of us locals have been able to see them at all. I've seen them all over on other places of the socials. They're pretty cute.
I'll have to go take a look at Kohl's. I got some stops I got to make at like TJ Maxx and Nordstrom Rack for some particular earrings that I'm looking for. But I gotta look out for those pumpkins too. Okay. And then Danielle, why is it just Magic Kingdom that gets the Halloween overlay? Why don't other parks get something?
This has been a topic of conversation. I think it's because the only Halloween offerings, because we only offer the party, right? We don't offer fireworks or any other type of offerings that are Halloween specific that are not during the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Right.
So Magic Kingdom is the only one that needs to be updated. Now, the other place to be, shockingly enough, is Disney Springs during fall season.
Okay. Yes.
So Disney Springs, I think it starts here in the next couple weeks. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe by the time this episode airs, Disney Springs fall menu should be releasing. And it's like certain Disney locations have specialty menu items. Amorette's will have all of its Halloween foodies. And then during the week of Halloween, they actually hire and bring in additional entertainment like stilt walkers and the Zombie Corps drum band, and all these other people will be brought into Disney Springs, which no other location gets. Epcot doesn't get nothing. Hollywood doesn't get anything. Hollywood will have its stars up on their main street already decorating for Christmas by the second to last week of October usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because Christmas offerings are available in multiple locations, just not Halloween.
I see. Okay. That makes sense. Yes. It's just a little, and obviously first of all, we only have 2 parks. Second, our parties have changed over the last, I would say, 6 or 7 years. It used to be at Disneyland. We had a similar version of Mickey's Not So Scary, which is Mickey's Halloween Party. And then it moved back over to DCA for Oogie Boogie. So actually before that it was at DCA too. it's flip flopped quite a few times. So you
like, where do we want to
fireworks
put it
you couldn't
this year?
see, or the parade you couldn't see, and now it's obviously you can see the fireworks on weekends. Parade is over at Oogie Boogie. So
right,
and that's why both parks have to be decorated for us. But yeah, okay, I get it. That makes sense. I understand.
Yeah, and I feel like you also have fewer opportunities to do the Oogie Boogie Bash. Where,
do we?
Yeah, how many parties do you actually have?
We start late. That's why. So we have it's usually a Tuesday, Thursday, and I think it's either Saturday or Sunday. Might be Sunday. So 3 days out throughout the week.
Okay, and see, as we get closer to September and October, it's going to be 4 days out of the week for us.
Oh, you move up to 4 days. Yeah, then yeah. You have way more parties than we do. No, you're right. Okay.
Right. So we have the option for more parties where you don't. So
correct.
You have to have a little something available for those that can't get in.
You know, you're absolutely right. Thank you for that explanation. I needed that.
That's what I'm here for.
It is. All right, Danielle. Well, we got some, actually speaking of Magic Kingdom, we got some Disney news that we need to talk about here.
Yes.
We interrupt our program to bring you this
Disney news.
Danielle's favorite ride, Tron.
It's not my favorite ride.
I'm kidding. It was announced yesterday. And of course, this will be, a week and a half after. So we'll be interested to see how this all goes. But the virtual queue is gone for Tron over at Magic Kingdom. It will be standby queue and lightning lane only, if I'm correct in saying that. And it was bound to happen eventually. Did we think it was going to be this early, or are we just like, this makes sense?
I mean, is anybody surprised? No.
I don't think I'm that surprised. No.
Right. And I think the main reason why it is happening sooner is because now Tron has the room and the space to do an extended queue if they need to.
They do. It's a big
attractions
area.
that do not are Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's why they still have their virtual queue.
Yeah. No, you're definitely. Tron, you can use that whole space. It's a pretty long walkway up to the ride and to the queue. Oh yeah. So having it be standby, totally fine. They can handle it. And I mean, it makes sense in that I was there, I think in late April to early May. And I was eating lunch at Skipper Canteen, and I was able to get a virtual queue for Tron at 3 or 4 p.m.
Because everybody's trying for Tiana's. So there's so many virtual queues are just sitting there.
Yes, exactly. So, and yeah, having 2 virtual queues in a major park, so something's going to be more popular than the other. And of course, right now, since it's newer, it's Tiana's.
Which honestly is very smart, because then we don't have them right now, but when the large tour groups are in, then they're all like, they weren't going on the Tron and Tiana's because they couldn't figure out how to work a virtual queue. They were just like kind of let loose into the park and said, good luck. Maybe you have my Disney experience, maybe you don't, but you're gonna have to figure it out. Where now they can at least go and just physically wait in a queue and not have to worry about it. Yeah.
And that's nice. I think that's good. I think a lot of people appreciate it, and not have to, wake up to get that virtual queue for Tron.
Right.
So I'm interested to see how the wait times fluctuate throughout the seasons here. So we'll see how that all goes.
It'll be our first holiday season with Tron not in a virtual queue, and I'm just like, To all of our friends that work over in Tomorrowland, good luck. We salute you. May the force be with you. All the things.
May the force be with you. Yes. Oh man, and there's something new coming over to Hollywood Studios as well, which I saw. I don't know too much about, but I did see this. I did see it, which looks really cool. cool.
So this new show, we don't really have an official name for it, I believe, but the artwork and the concept art for it is amazing. And it's going to be going into, it's not replacing Beauty and the Beast. It's replacing the Cars experience that is over there behind Rock and Roller Coaster with the animatronic Lightning McQueen. It's going over into that space. And I know some people are just like, oh my goodness, but like, we love Cars. I love Lightning McQueen. When's the last time you've been in that show? And
Yeah. It's cute.
it's cute. I've
You're
been
getting
to
a
it
ride.
once.
Just go over to Magic Kingdom in 2.5 years. You'll have a ride. It'll
Exactly.
be fine.
And and then a lot of people are speculating that they're going to be using that animatronic and recycling over into that attraction, which I do very much believe that they will probably be doing that.
Oh yeah, Disney's resourceful. We all know this.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
And there used to be a villain experience that was there in that space before it was Cars. And that had fantastic guest reviews, but it wasn't set up to be a permanent structure.
Okay.
It was more like I think it was actually a paid after hours type event.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a villains dessert party kind of thing, and you got to go up and meet them, and they were ad-lib characters. You can still actually purchase those characters for events, I think, like through Disney events. I think you can still get those same setups. I think they own those setups now.
Cool. So like for private
Random things in the middle
parties.
of the podcast.
Yeah.
But this is actually going to be a regular sit-down show, and again, so many people are just it's getting mixed reviews and mixed responses. I'm all for this. And I think the theming's great. And number two, it's an inside AC theater, and they're redoing the inside for seating. And it's going to fit so many more people. It's going to be fabulous.
Yes, indeed. That is one of the greatest buildings for AC, I will say. Having experienced it a couple times in the last year.
Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, but is this like, why are they getting it in Hollywood Studios? To be fair, this was already in the works since beginning of last year, when this show was like, the car show was already getting tanks in guest satisfaction reviews. It wasn't doing as well anymore. So they're like, okay, we need to replace this. We really want to bring villains into this park also, because the previous show did so well. So this should not be surprising to anybody. This is not to interfere or take away from Villains Land, which will be coming eventually. This is completely separate from that. They have no direct affiliation with each other.
Got it. Yeah. And I think Villains being in Hollywood Studios makes sense, especially with the new dark park that's coming to Magic Kingdom.
Right.
I'm excited to see this.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
I'm happy to get something. We'll have this. By the time this show runs around, we'll have this. We'll have Beauty and the Beast. We'll have Indiana Jones. The Little Mermaid stage show will be back. We are going to be back to pop in between each of the stage shows again. It's going to be fantastic.
This is an entertainment win, everybody. So
Yeah, I'll take it.
2 thumbs up. Yes.
2 thumbs way up.
Way up. All right. Switching gears over to the Disney Cruise Line, we have new itineraries for the Disney. What we got here? The Disney Destiny, which is, of course, that's coming in 2025, late 2025.
This is why I'm nicknaming the Marvel cruise ship.
This is the Marvel cruise ship. That is correct. It's going to have 4 and 5 night cruises from Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas and Western Caribbean. And this looks really, really fun. Man, it's just every single time, Daniel, we talk about the Disney Cruise Line a lot. And I'm like, I really, really want to do a Disney cruise. Before I go to any international parks, cruise is like top of the list. So
Okay,
Disney, again, if you need guinea pigs to test out your cruise line, Danielle and I are available and are happy.
A live recording brought
Free
to you by
marketing.
Disney Countdown. We have friends over in Disney Music. Partner up with Disney Music. We'll
Yeah.
work with you. We'll be your guest host. We know how to behave for the most part over on a cruise ship. It'll be fine.
Of course, it'll be fine. Yeah, I think you need some footage. Okay, we got to let people know how great this cruise is, and we're happy to do that.
We want to offer the sing-along opportunities in the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea bar over at on the Disney Treasure, and now on the Destiny. This is the one where they're gonna have the pirate theme bar also. So then we can also lead the other sea shanty sing-alongs over there too. Will it be good? No, but it'll be great content for social media. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. So yeah, throwing it out there, putting it out into the universe. But yes, that will be starting November 20th, 2025, and we have so many different spots. We got the 4-night cruise from Fort Lauderdale. That's going to Castaway Cay. Then you got one's going to Bahamas, Cozumel, Mexico. So really exciting stuff coming to Disney Cruise Line. Along with the Disney Treasure that's coming. It's just going to be, Disney Cruise Line's getting a lot in the coming years.
Yeah, the fact that they're having to spread it out, so you're not just leaving from Miami and Port Canaveral or Tampa, you're leaving from Fort Lauderdale, which is a little north of Miami. That's actually where I was born, surprisingly enough. I'm from Fort Lauderdale originally.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's actually one of the only spots I had been to outside of Orlando in Florida, and I had a great time there. We really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it was good.
That's
and
so cool.
As Danny, our producer, was saying, yes, it's Castaway Cay, not Castaway Cay, even though I pronounce it K also. It's fine.
Castaway Cay. Yes, I always when I see it and I say it exactly like it's spelled. That's my thing.
Right.
It's how we had an argument about how crayon is pronounced. It's crayon,
yeah.
And everyone else says crayon, like CRAN. It's crayon and caramel. Okay. We actually, it's so funny because without even bringing it up in context, my fiance walked into the room one day and was like, "How do you say crayon?" And I'm like, "Here's the things that you write with," and I'm like, "It's crayon." Why did this come up? And he's like, and he saw a video about how people pronounce crayon, and he says crayon too. I'm like, no, it's crayon.
Anyway, moving on. Chris has a game for us.
Speaking of crayon, hi, Chris, what's our game for today?
How do you pronounce crayon? That's the game today.
Yeah, and caramel.
Crayon, caramel.
Thank you.
Just like
Chris.
it's just like it's written, right?
Just like it's written, and like
it's written
the
that
French
way
say
because
it.
that's how it's pronounced.
Yes. Thank you. Representation from New York.
And we pronounce everything weird here, so
Yeah, you do.
Anyway, so we're gonna be playing Disney A to Z.
Ooh.
Ooh, yay! Okay,
Stay
no,
tuned next
a hot
week
second.
because we're gonna be playing a music themed game, but I wanted to do something a little bit off the cuff for this one, and I was on vacation, so I thought
Welcome
of this
back.
whilst I was driving from Chicago back to New York City.
Oh, wow.
So for this game, we'll have you both go back and forth naming things in alphabetical order. If you want to quickly scribble out the alphabet.
On the fly. We can do this. We can do this. I'm gonna try
I'm
to come up with
literally
things that I
pulling
said.
up a picture of the alphabet so I can just go through letter by letter. Because I'm not doing this again. Hold on.
I love the idea of looking for a picture of the alphabet. That's exactly what I would do too, because it's faster than writing it out. But just like Google
Yeah, I bet
searching.
Google
I
Images
just
has
looked
a
through it to
great
make
chart
sure
for
they
you.
weren't punky
I
green that had all the
bet
letters.
someone even made a Disney alphabet and actually included pictures associated with the letter. Someone has made that. It's on Google Images somewhere. I think it's
Oh, yeah,
probably
totally.
there's multiple of them. Don't cheat, Danielle.
I'm not
not,
cheating.
we should
I have a
definitely do that.
normal black and white image up. It's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Fair. Okay.
So, gosh, who should we start with? Let's do alphabetical order. Danielle,
Ah, dang it.
you got it. I can't do the math, but someone might end up with Q's or Z's, and which is not ideal. But we'll get to that.
I'm
originally.
gonna try to switch it up with the characters versus the parks. Okay, we can do this. Okay.
All right. So A, Danielle.
Wait, are we doing... Okay, pause.
No, for sure.
Start
For
thinking.
sure.
Anything. It's anything, Danielle.
Any-
It's,
Oh,
it's Disney.
anything
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes, we tend to stick to characters, and we need to move away from that.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
do whatever you want. I'm just gonna challenge myself here.
Just my face. Rosa being like, okay, I can do this. Okay. A, Aladdin. We're just going to go there.
Blue Bayou.
Oh. Words.
You can do it.
I want to say Caribbean, but it's not. It's supposed to be Pirates of the Caribbean. Does that count? Do you come up with
No.
something else?
No.
It's like, no, that doesn't count. Okay. I just see.
Why is C so hard, right?
What?
Why is C so hard? I can't think of one either.
Oh,
Right.
listen to the chat, Danielle. They can help you out. Remember, we said.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cruella!
There you go.
I
There you
screamed into
go.
your ear, Chris.
Davy Crockett canoes.
Oh, Expedition Everest.
Oh, that's good. Flora and fauna.
Ooh. Gaston's Tavern.
Nice. Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's a movie.
Ice Palace for one. Ice Palace for one.
That's a quote. That's a quote. That counts. Okay. Jack Jack.
Oh. King Louis.
Nice.
I think I said that one last time.
That's okay. Leota.
Ooh. M. Mother Gothel. I think I said that one last time too.
That's good. That's good. So easy. I'm gonna say it just because nothing else is coming to mind. Nemo.
That's what.
That's
you know,
it's so easy. Ugh.
It's the one everybody does. But
I know.
It's fine.
Okay.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
Orangeburg.
Yay!
Yay.
Pascal.
Ooh, cute. Queen of Hearts.
That's yep. I think that's what I
Yeah,
said
that's
last
one I
time,
do
too.
all the time.
Let's go with something different. Let's go with Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Ooh. S. I'm trying to think of like an attraction that starts with S.
There's a big one.
Oh yeah.
There is?
There's a couple big ones.
Is it a ride that I'll ride? And that's why I'm not
Yes.
thinking of it?
Yes, it is.
Oh. It starts with S. Slinky Dog.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And the chat's saying Space Mountain. I don't
Danielle
ride Space
won't go
Mountain.
on Space Mountain. I was thinking Slinky Dog or Soren.
Oh, that too.
Tiki Room.
Oh. You, Ursula.
Vanellope von Schweetz.
Ooh.
That's a double V.
That is double V. W. As I'm racking my brain. My mind went to Whataburger, but that's not. Maybe I'm just hungry. The
The man
on, I'm
himself,
thinking.
Danielle.
oh, Winnie the Pooh.
There you go. Okay. I can't remember what I said last time. Xavier is technically, or X-Men is technically Disney now.
Why Yinsid?
Not Yzma?
No,
Okay, that's fair.
because I can't spell. I forgot her name started with a Y.
All right. I'm going to go Zippity Doodah for the last one.
Aw, good one.
Yay!
It's still too early for
I
this
think
game, but
we
it's
had
great.
so much more variety in this one. I'm really proud of us. We had a
Thank
lot of
you.
characters in the last one. Yeah.
Thank you, chat, for helping me with a couple of them. I appreciate you very much.
Yes. Thank you, chat. Thanks, everybody, tuning in live.
That was
Thanks,
it.
Chris.
Thank you guys so much. I'm
Yay!
happy to be back. I missed you guys. I've been away for a few episodes, but I'm back.
We
Yes,
missed you
you
too.
have.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Summer's
All
over.
right.
It's time to get back to it.
Back to reality.
Back
Yeah,
to the grind.
and by reality, I mean having an online chat about Disney at 9:30 in the morning on a Tuesday.
Hey, can't complain, right?
It's our
there are worse
reality.
things. There are worse things.
All right, get back to the countdown.
Thank you. So, Here we go.
Okay. Well, now that our brain juices are flowing and we are now in the right headspace, we're going to jump into showcasing how cringe our music tastes are with our covers about Disney.
Yeah, we're going to be showing our age here a little bit, y'all, for sure. But that's okay, because I'm excited to talk about these. This is something that I don't really revisit a lot in terms of like Disney, categories. So I'm very interested to see what your choices are, Danielle.
Oh,
As always, I always am.
Well, I think we're going to be very surprised by some of these choices because now that I've been thinking about it and mulling it over, are a lot of yours from like the old Disney Mania albums?
Girl, it's like 75%. Yeah.
I realize mine's not.
Interesting. Okay, so I was a Disney Mania girl. And so yeah.
I mean, I was,
half
but
and
only
half.
like specific albums, like the green one, which I think is number 3, and certain other ones that play in the Phantasmic loop here
At
still in
Hollywood
Disney
Studios.
World.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Understood. Well, let's, without further ado, shall we count down our 10 through 6 top 10 through 6 covers of Disney songs?
I say we get into it. Do you want to start us
All right,
off,
let's do
Megan?
it. I can do that. Yes. Okay. So yeah, this first one is going to be coming from Disney Mania. I can't remember if it's 1 or 2. I think it was the second one. It's going to be Proud of Your Boy by Clay Aiken. Y'all, when I tell you Clay Aiken, we had his first album back in the day. And we watched him on American Idol season 2. And we loved Clay Aiken. I still do, honestly. But this song and his rendition of it and his voice is really, really beautiful. I haven't listened to it in a hot second, but it was on repeat, especially with Disney Mania when that came out, just because of how amazing he is. So it's at number 10. Don't worry, I got more. But yeah, it's I just think it's such a Proud of Your Boy is an Aladdin song, by the way. And
Yes. The one that got cut from the original script, was added into the Broadway version, and it was reanimated and brought into the extended version of the animated movie.
Correct. Yeah. So that is that's my number 10. Shout out to Clay Aiken. And we actually have a clip of it, so you can listen to a lovely snippet of Proud of Your Boy. Here it is.
Believe me, bad as I've been, ma, you're in for a pleasant surprise. I've wasted time.
It sounds like the original.
I've wasted me.
Well, yeah.
So say I'm slow for my age, a late bloomer. Okay,
He sounds like he could be singing it on Broadway.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've been one rotten kid. Some sun, some pride, and some joy. But I'll get over these lousy messing up.
Oh, it's so pretty. He's such a good voice. I think it's at number 10 because, yes, it is very close to the original. And so it was like, is it a cover? It's kind of like a crossing or like towing that line.
If you had never heard the song before, you would have thought that was the original.
Right, that's on like the Broadway soundtrack, right?
Right.
So, yeah. That's why I had to put it just a little bit higher,
Okay.
So.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thank you. Okay, what's your number 10?
Okay, so most of you, I feel like with my top 10, some of you might not recognize some of these bands. Some of you will, or you're going to think, oh, Danielle, like, didn't know you were on that side of music or whatever. So this first one I found totally by accident. And it's actually a song, like, y'all know I don't like The Little Mermaid, but it is Under the Sea by Suburban Legend, which is a ska band.
A ska band.
Because
What?
if you are going to do Under the Sea in particular, like, there's some people that have done covers of Under the Sea, or like you hear like the girly pop version on Disney Mania. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but where are my horns? Where's the trumpet? Where's the trombone going in? But when you hear a ska version of it, it makes sense. And I actually like the song a lot more than without it. Like, or with the horn section, I think it actually makes more sense than it does in the original version, if what I'm saying is correct.
I love that. I have never heard it, but I hope Chris can find a snippet because I really want to hear.
Okay, here's a snippet.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic.
his little horns going.
Such wonderful things around you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea.
See, it makes such a good ska song.
It's so good. That is fantastic and a great choice. I love it.
Right, and you actually bop to it. I ended up bopping to it a little more than I would the normal Under the Sea song. I think it's great.
Oh yeah, no, I fully support this choice, Danielle, for your number 10. I think that's a fantastic rendition of Under the Sea. I would actually prefer to listen to that than the original. Sorry.
See, thank you. See, we're just expanding everybody's musical taste by this one, you know. So we'll see how this goes.
yeah. Okay. Yay. Well done. All right. Moving on, we got number 9.
Number 9.
So this one, I feel like we are all familiar with, and it's a teeny bopper. Sorry, it's just gonna be in my list, but it's "I Can't Help Falling in Love" by 18s.
Okay, this
From
one's
Lilo
pretty
and
good
Stitch.
though.
I know it's not technically a. Again, the reason it's so high because it's not technically a Disney song ish.
Right.
It's Elvis was on the Lilo and Stitch album quite frequently, right? We had a lot of his songs on Lilo and Stitch. But this is I think this is used in some Disney things. And man, was it played a lot when in the mid 2000s, early 2000s even. I also was a big 18s fan when they came out for sure. So it's just a vibe. I actually could still listen to it and just vibe with it. I love it. So everything Maggie in the chat's like, that's such a millennial throwback. I'm like, yes, it is. Thank you, Maggie.
To all
for
the
validating
millennials
it.
that do have kids that listen to this episode, you're gonna have to go back. Maybe we're just unlocking some deep rooted memories
I
and
think
like
so.
18s and Clay Aiken. You're just
Jump
gonna have
5.
like yeah, we'll talk about them later. And so a lot of your kids are gonna be like, "Who's that, Mom?" And you're gonna be like, "Well, children, let's take a travel back to time and let's talk about it."
Yeah. Yep. Right. So yeah, 18's "Can't Help Falling in Love" is going to be my number 9. Chris, if you want to play a little bit, that'd be cool. 2000s vibe. I feel like it's Princess Diaries.
It is.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Come on, like that's such a vibe. It is on the
Such
Lilo
a
and Stitch
vibe.
album, by the way. So you know what? I'm gonna call it a cover. It is on Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay, moving on. You're number 9. Let's hear it.
So I ended up going, okay, this one is a little more, this is from I think it's the We Love Disney album, and it's Friend Like Me by Neo.
Oh, yes, I've heard this. This is good.
This one's good. And like, this one also sounds like it could have been part of the movie. And this was before the live action movie release.
Yeah.
It's that opening where it's like the, with Alibaba. And then it's so Neo and it makes sense.
Neo's,
And
I love Neo. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, I wouldn't usually pick one that sounds so close to what I would imagine it sounding like in the movie. Like, I like it to be dramatically different.
Right.
But this one, it does the right thing. Here, Chris, if you got a version to play of it, like, do that little opening bit right there, and let's hear it.
Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me. No, no, no. Life is your restaurant, and I'm your maitre d'. Come on, whisper what it is you want. You ain't never had a friend like me. Yes, sir, we
Right, the little
Good
inflections
choice.
right there.
Yes, it's more jazzy. I love that. I'm a big Neo fan, and he did a good job with that one.
You did. I think that was one of the top, like, when that album released, that was one of the ones that they pushed really hard in all the, like, the social
promos
media
and stuff.
and
Yeah.
like talking about it was the Neo version, and that was the big thing.
Fantastic. Love the choice.
Thank
so
you.
Good. So good. Okay. This
Number
next
8.
one, number 8, I'm really hoping it's like considered a cover. I'm towing the line here, guys. I'm sorry if I'm like, being like, but that's not a cover of a Disney song. Okay. It's Lana Del Rey's Once Upon a Dream.
Okay, we talked about this in our previous episode when I talked about it as like a villain song.
Yes.
And we said it didn't count in that because it was too much of a cover.
Okay, so it is a cover.
I think we would count this as a cover because it is
Even
so
though it
dramatically
was
different.
used for Maleficent. Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Good to know. Thank you. So I'm glad we clarified. Yes. This song, I mean, has there ever been a song that has been like transformed into something like the opposite of what it was intended to be? Do you know what I mean? I guess Once Upon a Dream was made for Sleeping Beauty, supposed to be this light, happy song, and she's like dancing with her little, woodland creatures.
Right.
And then Lana Del Rey like flips it and makes it like this like eerie, dark song that is made for a villain movie. And I get chills. Lana Del Rey is so good at that like really low and not intimidating, but just this like really soulful like voice that she has.
The raspiness.
It's the raspiness.
Like lounge singer vibes.
A little bit, right, more dramatic in her like intonation and stuff. And I do love her version of this song, specifically for Maleficent, but also just in general, like around Halloween. It's so eerie, and I'm all for it. So that's why it's a number 8 for me. Here's a little clip.
It's so eerie.
I know you, that look in your eyes is so.
And then when you have the bass up in your car, and it goes.
I write that bass that goes down.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got this like old school sound to it too, and she has that like breathy long tone. Oh,
She
iconic.
created a version of it that can be played in the Tower of Terror without doing
Exactly.
like a filter over top of it.
Yeah, during Halloween. Right, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, there's my number 8.
See, okay. During the research of this and going through my song list, you know how like sometimes Spotify will give you suggestions based off what you looked
Yep.
up, right? Did you know that is it Gene Simmons from Kiss? He
Yes.
did a version of When You Wish Upon a Star.
Did
and
he really?
He did. And you would think it would be edgy and more like Lana Del Rey or something like that. It is not. It is literally like the normal version of When You Wish Upon a Star, but it's Gene Simmons singing in his weird voice of like, when you wish upon a star. And I'm like, this is awful. And you are not making my list. But I would love to hear Lana Del Rey do a version of that and do When You Wish Upon a Star in her voice. I think that would almost be the creepy vibe also. I think that'd be great.
She is so talented, man. I would love to hear that too, but she could turn anything into like something so beautiful and dramatic, but in the best way. So I agree. All right. What's your number 8, my lady?
Okay, number 8 I actually found by accident on TikTok.
Oh.
So he is a cover artist, but he does more Screamo Metallica. And
Wait. Oh, I know. Okay. Yeah.
There's a couple people that have started doing this, but this one in particular is I'll Make a Man Out of You by, I think his name is Peyton Parrish.
Yes.
And
yes.
he
I'm
has-
so glad you included this. Okay.
Him looking like a Viking in his cover albums. I think he has 2 albums right now that are covers on Spotify and wherever you listen to your music. And this one, I was like, okay, I can get behind this. I think it's because I saw the original TikTok of it first.
I mean, when that came on, I had chills. It sounds so good. So, Chris, if you can find a clip
Some
for us.
of you didn't expect Danielle to be a Screamo fan. I am a Screamo fan and like hardcore metal fan. So like, that's what I grew up on as a kid. It'll be great.
Yes, I love it.
a little more like gritty, like the low, like the death screams. Like I wish there was more of that in this song. Sorry, I do that into the microphone. But
That was so good though.
thank you. But like I wanted more of, and okay, and I think that's why I like the Disney cover versions of the screamo metal versions. It's because like sometimes when you do screamo, you can't understand what they're saying for the life of you. So then when you have a
No.
Disney version, a song that you are very close and familiar with, and you hear it in such an extreme version that when you don't understand what they're saying, you do, because
You
that's
still
what
know.
the lyrics should be. So like
Yeah.
when it's like be a man, I wish it was he would like dip it down and had another vocal layover of him doing be a man and then go into the
Yes.
higher pitch register afterwards. I think that'd be really cool.
No, I fully agree. You're like blowing my mind right now. I can't believe you like heavy metal and screamo. Oh my god. It's so funny because I'm in my full metal mode right now. I go through my musical like rotations, right? And right now I'm heavy into
That's why
like
when you
the
were
metal
playing it
stuff.
in the car and we were driving, I wasn't phased by it. I was like, yeah,
I was
okay,
literally-
Bob.
Right? I was playing my sleep token for Danielle in the car, and I'm like, sorry, I'm in my this is my feels right now, and I'm so glad. I had no idea.
Oh yeah. It's a trip.
Oh,
You know,
my God.
Danielle, very cute, very cuddly, very fluffy, screamo in her heart.
She's so cutesy with her heavy metal and her screamo and her grunge.
I am the mom from Monsters University. I'll just be sitting here listening to my tunes. Turn on the screamo music, and she's just chilling out. It's me and my bug driving on I-4, and all of a sudden you're just hearing like death metal playing, and you're just like, who the heck is that?
This is my favorite thing ever.
It's great.
And I am insanely glad that you included this in your countdown because it's not in mine, but I feel like it should have been. It'd probably be in the bonus episode. I do love this rendition. It went viral on TikTok.
It did.
For many reasons. It's so good. But yeah, what a revelation. I'm so happy right now. And I'm going to tell
Moving
Evan,
on to number
I'm going to tell my
7.
fiance, or I guess I'm telling my husband just because he is also a huge metal fan. So that's amazing. Okay. Number 7, we're really switching gears here, is going to be Colors of the Wind by Tori Kelly.
Whoa, we really did switch there.
We went from way over here to way back over here. Talk about someone who's definitely not screamo. But Tori is, she's just an absolute talented, just gem. Like, she's got the voice of an angel. She does this rendition of one of my favorite Disney songs so well. And it gets me in my feels. I love her voice. I really do love Tori Kelly. I love pretty much everything she makes. Listened to her for a long time. I actually was able to meet her because she's friends with Blake, if y'all didn't know. Or Blake,
yes.
Yeah, Blake's friends with Tori Kelly. They go to Disneyland sometimes. And she's very sweet too. So that is why Colors of the Wind, the very non-metal version of Colors of the Wind, is my number 7. So Chris, if you have a clip, we'd love to hear it.
Think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name.
Like you can.
Think the
Didn't they do?
It's the riffs.
Oh, it totally is the riffs. And didn't they actually do a recording and play it on Disney Channel of her like singing in the studio, and she
Yes,
had like
they
the
did.
headphone on, and she's like doing those. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so funny. Picture it now.
Yep. Yes, it did.
That is a good one though. I listened to that one a lot too when I was younger because that was on one of the like Disney Mania albums, like number 5 or 6, right?
Was it on there? Hang on, let me see.
Or was it on the We Love Disney album?
It might be We Love Disney. I feel like Disney Mania was right before Tori Kelly
Yes,
became like, yeah.
that does sound right. Actually,
Yeah.
she's not old enough for that yet.
Yeah, right. Okay, all right. So moving on to your number 7 now that
Okay,
I'm
my number
insanely
7.
intrigued.
I found this one actually totally by accident, and I really loved it because this one spoke to the early 2000s punk side of Danielle. Of do you want to build a snowman by Stellar Cart, and it's Cart with a K.
Ooh.
And so Stellar Cart was they haven't really done a lot since 2012. They they were part of the little punk scene, and then they did a random cover album of like half of Frozen. And this one song, "Do You Want to Build a Snowman?" It sounds correct. Like if you were going to record something in like 2008 aesthetic, this could possibly play in Hot Topic, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I love. Okay. Yeah.
Like OG Hot Topic, like not maybe a little screamo in there. Like a lot of Danielle's song choices would play in Hot Topic. But
I gotta hear this. Okay.
Yes.
Come on, let's go and play. I never see you anymore. Come out the door. It's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, and now we're not. I wish you could tell me why.
And how like the drum beat speeds up right there. See, it's cute. It's a good version of it. I like it a lot.
I like it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, it's like upbeat. Yeah, that's good. I
Like,
feel like I've heard it somewhere. Like it was played. I don't know if I like looked it up on YouTube or something. I feel like I've heard it, but
Well, and that's
I like
what's-
that version.
Like I said, the cover released back in 2012, like back when the album, like
Or 2014.
2014 was when it was.
Yeah.
It like released shortly thereafter is when they did this cover album. And I don't really think they've done very much else since then. So if you were on that side of searching through the Frozen era on Spotify, it probably suggested it on your For You page at one point.
Okay. Then yeah. I must have seen it then. Nice.
you.
Another fantastic choice by the Dapper Danielle. Okay. Well, Danielle, we are down to number 6, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you've enjoyed. We hope you enjoyed Danielle's Screamo demo. She will be releasing a full album in the next couple
we'll
of
be
weeks.
doing Dapper
Next year.
Danielle death metal. Let's grow.
That got me so good. I was that made my entire life. I'm so happy. So yeah, thank you all so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. Again, if you love our choices, if you disagree with them, shout at us on the socials, or you can send us messages. We really appreciate it. Leave us a review, and we'll be back next week with our 1 through 5. But number 6 on my list is going to be, this one is brand new, y'all. This is Eye to Eye by Magnolia Park. And
Yes.
I had to include it, y'all, because Eye to Eye is so special to me. I love this song so much, and I think Magnolia Park did such a good job with it. They made it like pretty different. Obviously, the melody and stuff for the lyrics are the same, but I love how they did the punkish rendition of this. The vocals are incredible.
Most of the album itself is fantastic.
The album is great. I really like all of them, but this one is near and dear to me because I love Eye to Eye so much. So here's a little clip of Magnolia Park's version of Eye to Eye.
That would also play in Hot Topic.
Right? Like they kept the charm and the essence of the song, made it a punk version. I just love it. So it had to be 6 for me.
It's a pretty good one.
Thank you. Okay, what's yours?
So this one also I discovered because of TikTok, and I think it was shortly after finding Peyton's version of it. And like a couple people have actually done. Who was it? When we were at D23, someone did the song "Surface Pressure." Was that Linkin Park or?
Oh my gosh, who was that? Wait, you're right. It was Oh my god,
My Chemical Romance. It was one of those people, but it wasn't them that I'm talking about. The song is specifically Surface Pressure by No Resolve.
Resolve. Okay.
They do another Screamo version of it. I thought they were going a little more hardcore on it. Peyton Parrish also did a version of this, and I didn't think it was grungy enough, if that makes sense. So I like the No Resolve version of it. And it's like, if you're going to do any song, Surface Pressure makes sense with the pressure that'll drip.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. Chris, if you have it, you might as well just go roll the clip so it makes more sense.
Crust of the earth is
And here's the dip. Oh, dang it, not the right spot. But they go a little more into it in one portion, and
It's like in your face.
it goes
punch
more
it.
punching into your face. Yes,
Yeah,
it kind of dips
love
down,
that. Yes.
and it's good. It's a really good version of it. So yes, Surface Pressure by No Resolve, and
No Resolve, okay.
He actually, I think the main singer guy, if I remember correctly from TikTok, he's a postman, and
Really?
does this on the side and started going viral on social media because of this version in particular.
That's so cool. I love that. Okay. Yes, and then Chica in the chat does say that Plain White Tees did a D23. I was gonna say
That's
Plain White
it.
Tees, and I'm like, okay. I forgot that they did that, but thank you. I think I like this version better though, Danielle. I would agree.
I do like go listen to their full version of it. I think a lot of you all like, and I liked the Plain White Tees playing it. I was like, okay, this is great, but I want a little more oomph.
More
Like what I want
some.
from Luisa. I want a little more. I want to feel like I'm being punched in the face, kind of vibe.
Right. We are learning a lot about the Dapper Danielle this episode, everybody.
her psychosomatic incidents. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot. So I think it'll get. I don't know. I think my 5 through 1, I think actually is going to balance out a little bit more. It's going to be
Okay.
a lot more than that y'all would probably recognize. And I think me and Megan are actually going to have one overlap in particular in the next episode. That's just my guess anyway. I could be wrong. So we'll see.
think we might. Yes, I think we might. You're right. Oh man, this was incredible, and I found out so much, and I'm again so happy to hear about your musical taste. Wow, I'm just like, this is amazing. So, it's
Well,
very
it's
interesting to see what 1 through 5 is.
It's unfortunate because, like, okay, so speaking on the whole, like, the screamo, right? Because there's a way they're supposed to do it, and your voice goes down, like, into your chest so you don't hurt your vocal cords. And when I was younger and I was listening to all this, I figured out how to do the voice of the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin.
Oh yeah,
Where it uses that same
Yes.
effect or the same vocal, and I would do it to freak people out.
oh, that's cool.
It was cool. I don't know if I can do it right now.
You should be a voice actress or voice actor.
Oh goodness, like add that to the resume.
Yeah, right.
Hold on, let me see if I can do it.
Behold the cave of wonder.
Like,
Oh my god,
So-
that was amazing.
I used to be able to do it better. I can't do it as good anymore, but like it would get down in there and it would be really low, and people are like, "What kind of demon are you having coming out of your body?" And I was like, "No, it's just."
seriously though? You got that is your hidden talent party trick. Have you used that before, like recently? 'Cause that is
I
incredible.
can't do the voice of Mickey Mouse. I can't do anybody else's voice, but I can do the voice of the cave from Aladdin.
I'm so bewildered right now. It's amazing, and therefore that's how you get the voice to do the screamo tone. Because I always
Yes.
wondered how people do that, or how the singers are able to do that. So now I know. Okay, yeah, because
Yeah,
you don't want to actually wreck your voice, like your vocal cords.
Right,
So
like
it has
there's-
to come from your chest.
There's
Okay.
people, like most of the bands actually have someone that is the designated screamer. So that way they can
Oh,
do
I
the
see.
layering of somebody doing the higher pitch vocals, the mids, and then you have the screamer. And that way
Got
they
it.
they are the only ones that know how to do it. And that's it.
Okay. That is amazing. Oh my gosh, this
So
is
good morning,
just...
everybody. If that didn't wake you up,
Good
then
morning.
that definitely did.
I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. This was just a fantastic revelation.
Well, maybe we should just
So-
wrap up the episode there.
I think we should. We'll save it all for the next episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with our 1 through 5. And until then, have a very magical day.
And night night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. Oh, that was it. Now I'm all kind of gargly now, so no, pardon me, y'all. No, Janelle, I am not
Janelle.
doing the voice in my tagline in the voice. That's not on brand. We're not doing that. We can't let everybody know about my emo side.
As you guys, bonus episode content is coming. Don't you worry.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Danielle's metal voice. Oh man.
To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.